is another YouTube video about books. But I wanted to talk about My Lady Captor by Hannah Howell. I found this at Dollar General for $3, and it was actually really good. Like, I still think about this book. So it's actually 3 love stories kind of in one, and it's super funny. Just stuck her whole foot in the macaroons. Okay, so yeah, so the main love story is between Scorcha and Rory. I think that's how you pronounce it. It kept reminding me of whatever. So Scorcha and Rory, she finds him like severely wounded on a battlefield when she's looking for her brother, who went and fought. It is a Scottish Highland romance. So it's a Scottish Highland romance, and so she finds him she doesn't find her brother, so she takes him in because he's wounded and he's alive, and there are body robbers there, so they'll come and pick goods off of the fallen in like the fields and stuff like that. So they sneak him away, and then they find out who he is, and then they also find out that her brother is captured by the English and they need a ransom, so they decide to ransom the lord that they just saved to get the ransom for her brother from the English. And the reason why it's so important that they ransom the brother is because he is the only male heir to their keep. Their mother and father did die, but they left behind 7 aunts, and that's like a curse on their whole village. Or not village, but castle, is they only have women, which turned out to be funny. And Scorcha can actually see and talk to the dead. Of course, Rory is upset that he is being held captive and being ransomed. But they also do save his cousin, I believe, or his friend. I think his name is Benjamin. So his cousin's name is Ethan. Probably pronouncing that wrong, but she falls in love with Scorcha's cousin, or maid, I believe. I can't remember. I think it's just her friend. Her name is, or the second couple. And they fall in love, but theirs isn't fighting like Rory's and Scorcha's. So, yeah, they love each other. They're like super young and everything. So, theirs is immediately. So, after like the 5th or 6th ransom, and they finally get the English back, and then this one English guy, of course, is like, "Ooh, Scorcha." So he comes after her. Of course, he gets murdered, which avenges one of the ghost, because his grandfather or father killed that ghost. So that also helps with the subplot. But the other couple, which I love, is Nell and Malcolm. Nell is one of Scorcha's aunts. Nell is one of Scorcha's aunts. And she's like a big woman. They describe her as very muscular. She's like 6 feet tall. And yeah, so she falls in love with Malcolm. Rory's like account manager for his castle or estate. And he's like a small, thin, frail man. And it's just super funny. So yeah, so at the end, they all 3 fall in love. And then Rory, just after fighting him, he's like, you know what? I'm just going to marry her. And I like the fact that he chose that because she's like, I don't know, like late 20s, mid-late 20s. And then, of course, the aunt is much older. But yeah, so they all decide to get married, and then they all, on the same day, all three of them. And then, of course, they all have kids in the end. So what's funny now is because all three women are hay women, which is where the which is where the curse is laid, that only females are born into the hay castle, hay line. So that's finally broken, and all three, they all have babies at the same time, are male, and that's really great because Scorcha and Rory were really kind of worried in the beginning about not having a male heir, and that's something Rory had to come to terms with before he chose to marry her. But he loved her so much, he's like, you know what? I have plenty of cousins. My estate can go to. If I would only have girls, that's fine. But then when they come in, they're like, "Oh, look at my beautiful girl." I'm like, "Oh, it's a boy." He's like, "What?" So that was really nice. So, and it's just really funny. They say some crazy stuff in here. And I like the fact that they're just like, "Oh, I'm gonna kidnap you," and the other one's like, "Oh, now it's my turn. I'm gonna kidnap you." So it goes back and forth. So definitely recommend. Of course, five stars. But yeah, if you ever get a chance to read it, I definitely would. And I appreciate you listening to my rambling. My son would like to say hi. He did not read the book, but I don't know. Yeah. Hi. Bye.